Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this on your Facebook page. Okay, so I had to drop my middle son off, or my middle child off at swim merit badge for his Eagle Scout. He's Boy Scout. So I was dropping him off as like a 3-hour thing. It happens to be over right where I used to live growing up, and so the old Home Depot that I grew up at is over here. Nostalgia, so I'm gonna go check it out. Main thing I'm looking for is shade plants for a 3-tiered shade planter in my shade garden. That's a lot of shade, a lot of shade. Okay, it's a really pretty morning. We've got wind, so it's not too intense, which is nice. And I haven't been over to this area of town in a very long time. They still got some foxglove. Here's some perennials. They're pricey though, we'll say. They got foxglove for $20. Here's some black-eyed Susan for $20, but it's in the really big containers. Salvia, $20. These are all super pricey. I don't want to pay that much for a perennial. I understand it's larger, but you know. Okay, the purslane over here. This is really pretty. It's $20 for that. It's really, really pretty. Lots of mandevilla vines. Tons of vinca over here. So it's a quart-size vinca for $8. It's a good-sized plant. They have it all your traditional colors: whites, pinks, reds. Some bedding plants. Here's some zinnias, and now's a good time to plant zinnias. They'll take off like crazy. So you get this whole flat for $25. That's a little pricey actually. I'd rather go to one of my local garden places. Okay, so I'm laughing. I just walked by a bunch of teenagers, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and they look miserable as they're here helping their dad get stuff to go work in their yard. That also brings back memories. What's that? That's pretty. Mexican oregano. Ooh, $27. 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, likes full sun, hardy down to 10 degrees. Pretty pink flowers. Pretty shrub here, wax myrtle. Hardy down to 10. These are pretty. Gold shower Galaphemia. Oops. It's a native. 27, 4 to 6 feet tall and wide, full sun. It's only hardy to 20 degrees. We do consistently get below 20 degrees each year. I'm ready for purslane. I love purslane. It is one of my favorite plants. Oh, and this is the color that I want. Okay, we might be going home with some. It is one of my favorite plants for the heat. It's a great annual for the heat. And it's open nice and wide during the day, and as soon as the sun just barely starts to set, it closes all its blooms. So it's $8 for a quart size, which I think is a good price for that size purslane. We might pick some of that up. Lots of vinca. And you get like a 6-pack for $6. These caladiums are really pretty. The color is lovely. They are called Heart to Heart Burning Heart by Proven Winners. Heart Sun to Sun. 15 to 20 inches tall, $15 per quart. That's a lot. And they don't even come back consistently in our area, so that's a lot. Here's another caladium, much smaller, $10. Celosia is definitely time for celosia. Loves the heat. Does really well in the heat. $9.98. Flamma Bright Red. Alternanthera, which I have a ton of that needs to be planted. $9.98. Purple Prince, that's what I grew to. And I grew mine from seed. What is this guy? Mona Lavender, Plectranthus. Interesting. I think it's supposed to have purple flowers on it. I feel like I've seen it before. Here's the tricolored sweet potato vine that I planted in my mother-in-law's yard. $7. Oh my god, it's so expensive. Everything is so expensive. Eek. Got big containers in Lantana. These are about $20 a container. But of course these will get huge and they will just keep going and going and going. Sweet potato vine, $4. And this also will just go bonkers in your front yard. I like to mix two colors when I'm working with it, the green and the purple. Here's the purple. Mexican heather, also really good for this time of the year for annual. Some pretty hanging baskets up here. So Proven Winners hanging basket. It's got a blend. Zen blend, $40. Sensatia Blood Orange, Super Tunia Black Cherry, Super Bina Cherry Burst, and Proven Winners Silver Falls. So pretty. Some smaller pots of Lantana. I'm always a fan of the bicolor Lantana. Got some pentas. I don't grow a lot of pentas anymore because every time I plant them, something eats them. Something in my garden loves them, so I don't really plant them very often. Here's some sun patience. These are pretty. $10 for a quart. Lots more vinca. I do like all this trailing vinca up here. This is pretty how it cascades over the side. Got some coleus. This is pretty. Coral Wizard. Coral Sunrise. And I've grown this. This is lovely. Really pretty. And it will stick with you all the way until our first freeze. Got some zinnias over here. Some petite zinnias. I like this kind of like reddish color. It's really pretty. And there's a pink. And it just says zinnia pink. It doesn't say, oh, elegance, which is a little bit taller of a variety. Begonias. All right, we have a special on Vigoro perennials, 2 for $12. So you've got some, this is a lovely phlox, Pro Violet Charm, Phlox paniculata. Got some daylilies, assorted. These would be $6 today. Got some cannas. More phlox. And then I'll get over, there's more over there. I'll get over there. Lots more vinca. Lovely hanging baskets up here. All greenery. Shade combo. It's like $10. It's like maybe vinca minor and some type of fern and some begonias in there. Evolvulus. Zinnias. These are going to be taller varieties of zinnias. The thing about this is, like, this plant has 4 in there, so it is $8, but you can divide it into 4 separate plants. Go ahead and prune those back a little bit. And I would prune them like right about here and then make it start branching. Got some begonias. These are really pretty. Have some not very happy looking hydrangeas called Pop Star. Salvia red. Tons more evolvulus here. Really pretty. I like evolvulus. More impatiens. Lots of impatiens. So impatiens are like the shade version of vinca. So there's vinca over there, full sun. Impatiens, shade. These are really pretty. This looks like a trailing vinca variety. Yep, vinca trailing pink. Look how pretty that is. These are all trailing varieties right there. Got some more Salvia Mystic Spires, which is part of that deal, 2 for $12. Got some coneflower over here. This is really pretty, like buttery yellow color. And it is Sunseeker Yellow. And I assume this is a Sunseeker as well. Let's see. It just says coneflower assorted on that one. This one's double rainbow. Super pretty. All right, some larger containers, including some hydrangeas right there with dark foliage. Larger containers of caladiums. I actually have caladium bulbs that I need to start, which I haven't. I need to get on that. All right, daylilies. We have some more Vigoro perennials, a coral bell, and that would be for shade. This one is called Palace Purple. It gets about 10 to 18 inches tall. Needs to say moist, and it's hardy down to negative 40 degrees. So it'd do well in a container for me. It's Moses in a cradle tricolor. It looks like a Tradescantia, but I could be wrong. I guess it looks different than a Tradescantia. It is about 12 inches, 36 to 48 inches height. Yeah, that's too big. It's a Cape Plumbago, and it likes full sun, but it's mixed in with the shade plants here. Love that color. It's more of like a tropical annual in my area. Skullcap. Got some hostas. I do have some little mouse ear hostas that I'm going to be planting up in the shade garden. And I actually really like hosta blooms. I think they're pretty. I know that a lot of people, like, we don't grow them for that, but I think they're lovely. Is this a variegated hydrangea? Oh, you're so pretty. Macrophilia, 3 to 8 feet tall. Look at that variegation though. Variegated pink, $32.98. Blooms are formed in large clusters of white, blue, pink, red, or pink, depending on the soil pH. Very pretty. Tix Seed Coreopsis. I just bought some seeds to grow some Tix Seed myself. So the black-eyed seasoned Rebecca. This looks like maybe Sahara Cherry Brandy. Those are really pretty. Those are all sun-loving. More Plumbago, sun-loving. Hosta, $20, a little pricey. I don't really love Hosta, but I did grow some of the ones from mouse ear ones from Bare Root. I'll get those planted up and try some. Got some Calalias that are done blooming. That's why they all look like this. So, but you can still plant these up and you'll get blooms next year in our area. Okay, so over here is a lot of like ground cover. Which I wouldn't mind like some ivy for the shade garden planter. I'd be okay with that. Okay, I'm trying new shoes today. They're Crocs, sandals. I don't know if I like them. Can't decide yet. Okay, so lots of asparagus fern and such that need like part sun, and where this planter is kind of part sun, I will say. This is cool. Big Twister Giant Curly Rush. Full to part sun. Hardy down to -15. Vinca Vine, which y'all have told me is incredibly invasive. But I sure do like it with those little purple flowers. I had it planted in a hanging planter and it did not come back. It died over the winter a couple of years ago. Yes, sir. Thank you. Japanese holly. I just planted one of these in the front garden. Or not Japanese holly. Holly fern. Yeah, holly fern. That's what I was trying to say. And here's a Japanese painted fern. I have a couple of these as well that are lovely. Is this a fig? Creeping fig? Yeah, creeping fig. I prefer the variegated. Jasmine. Tricolor. All right, tons of succulents and cactus, which I'm not really interested in at this moment. Although I do have a succulent project coming up, but I'm using a bunch of succulents that Kristen gave me, or is giving me. She's bringing them this next week. Okay, taking a look at shrubs. See if anything catches my eye. This is the time of year where I feel like I've seen it all. Anybody else feel like that? It's a good looking hibiscus tree. It's only $30. It's a good price. Look how pretty that is. It looks like it's just coming out of its like dormancy. They have several over there. I feel like I've seen it all. Anybody else feel like that? In my area, now I know some of y'all up north are just now getting started, so my comment of seeing it all is probably ridiculous to y'all. Ligustrums. beautiful morning breeze. Feels really good. Look at the Vitex. Is that Vitex? Texas lilac. Vitex. These are blooming everywhere right now. Hardy down to -10. They can get up to 25 feet tall. Look at those though. And they're usually just covered in bees. Absolutely beautiful. Love Vitex. Got a not a camellia, a Rose of Sharon blooming over here. So proven winners. Let's see what we got. Pink chiffon, Rose of Sharon. 8 to 12 feet tall, 6 to 10 feet wide. Needs 6+ hours. Sun. Look at all those. So pretty. I love the color. Only thing I don't like about Rose of Sharon is that the blooms don't last very long and then they drop and it looks terrible. Oh, here's a contorted filbert. Just dealing with this in my garden the other day. For those of y'all looking, 8 to 10 feet wide. Hardy down to -20. I love them. They're so wonky looking. That is a plus for me. I love that. You got some hardy hibiscus mixed in here. She's looking good. My hardy hibiscus is about to burst into bloom. Here is a sweet almond, which I would love to have more of. It died back for me. It smells amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can smell it all over your yard. It's a sweet almond bush. It is 3 to 8 feet tall by 5 to 15 wide. Needs full sun and hardy to 15 degrees. Yeah, and so I had it a couple of years ago and we had a really cold winter and it died back. But these blooms, y'all, I can't even describe to you how amazing they are. They just, oh my gosh, they're so good. I feel like they smell like banana boat sunscreen. Y'all remember banana boat sunscreen? But in like a good way. It's got some interesting trees over here. I got some Japanese maples, which are really pretty. I like the really fine leaf structure of these. This one is called an Acer Maple Japanese Bloodgood. That's a lot of names. Got another kind of weeping variety here. Let me see. It's a Salix Pussy Willow. And that, of course, you know me, I love a weeping. Looks like it's starting to put off a bunch of blooms. It's a Salix Dappled Willow. Oh my gosh, look at this. Agapanthus, Ever Twilight by Southern Living. 16 to 18 tall and wide. Likes part sun. So 2 gallons, so it's on sale for 18. Oh. Hardy zones 8 through 11. If you get a bad freeze, it doesn't come back. I've tried planting Agapanthus many times and it never comes back for me. But man, isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Those are lovely. This is Hydrangea over here. Southern Living, Little Hottie. Paniculata, which does better in our area. Full sun to part shade. 3 to 5 feet by 3 to 5 feet. It says it's drought tolerant. I don't know if I've ever heard a hydrangea referred to as drought tolerant. Huh. I don't know about a drought-tolerant hydrangea. Hydra is literally the first of its name. It's like they got a ton of plants they haven't gotten out yet. There's some cute little evergreens over here. Australian pine Oregon green, and I like the structure of it. 10 to 12 feet tall, hardy down to -30. Those are cute. I wish I could plant oleander, but it is very poisonous. But look at that tropical quality of it. Very pretty. Okay, it's fun to walk around. I didn't really see anything that I was excited about, but I think it's kind of harder to make me excited about things right now because I'm growing so much from seed, just so much less expensive. It is what it is. So I ended up picking up 6 quarts of that pink purslane. It is lovely. I don't see that color as often as I see the yellow and the orange, so I was really happy to grab that up. It's going to probably go on some containers on the back porch and probably a couple other areas. So I'm excited about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little walkthrough. Since I didn't find what I'm looking for, I'm on my way to Callaways. It's the Callaways that I grew up with too, which I'm really kind of excited. The nostalgia of it all is wonderful. I'm going to go to that Callaways and check it out and see if I can find shade plants there. So that'll be in the next video. As always, make sure you like and comment on every video. Every time you comment, it helps grow the video so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and you say hi. And be sure to check me out in my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It is all things gardening, all things She's a Mad Gardener. So if you want to hang out and support what I am continuing to do, I would absolutely love that. There is a free tier that you can join in, and there are additional paid tiers that you can join on under. The higher up you are in the tiers, the more access you get, including exclusive videos just available to the highest patrons, as well as group chats and photo sharing. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.